Alright, hello. This is Nelson Mills with the West Nile virus prevention team of Lutheran High School. As you know, on my team is Drew Wallace and Tim Dixon, who is currently filming. Good job, Tim. I would like to give a shout out to 5th period anatomy class. It is a good anatomy class. I would also like to give a shout out to Brad Fessenden, a good anatomy teacher. Also, I would like to point out the reason for this filming is to discuss the West Nile virus. It is a disease which affects many through things such as their blood and their respiratory system, spread by not only things such as dead birds and also mosquitoes. So they are very serious issues. But the thing about West Nile virus is you, 5th period anatomy class, can prevent it. So we are going to show you how you can prevent it and what exactly is West Nile virus.
And action. Wait, no. Ah! A stagnant pool of water. Say there, is this pool here enough for mosquitoes to breed in?
Of course it is. Mosquitoes can breed in the tiniest amount of pond water. Why don't you come and check this out up closer? As you see, any water that is left standing and stagnant is a cesspool for mosquitoes and other disgusting insects to breed in. This water right here has been sitting here for weeks, and it must be teeming with mosquitoes. Even though we cannot see them, they are there, I can assure you.
Say, what fine-looking trees. I wonder what lives in them.
Birds, and lots of birds. Just so you know, mosquitoes like birds. Not only do they feast on the blood of humans, but birds. These mosquitoes have diseases in them. As you know, they are vectors of this disease. West Nile virus, to be specific. So, these mosquitoes will fly up from that stagnant pile of water way over yonder, and they will travel for hours and hours to get to a stand of birds like this. As you can see, I scared away all the birds, but I don't care. I'm here to find dead ones. Can't really find any dead ones here, but I'm sure they do live here. Now, these mosquitoes, when they bite the birds, they suck their blood. And when they do suck the blood, not only do they take stuff, they leave stuff. They leave diseases and saliva. The diseases live inside the saliva, and they move into the blood of these birds. Now, these birds die, and their feathers and other byproducts of their bodies are released into the environment and eaten by humans. These things can come into the human's body and affect them. So, just so you know, stay away from any dead birds that you find. Over there, I think I can see some dead birds, so maybe we'll check it out. Not only can birds spread diseases, but insects too. Through the soil and through stagnant water by mosquitoes, they can spread diseases.
What a beautiful view!
You must also know there are mosquitoes up here and dead birds. But you may ask, how do birds, the dead ones specifically, and mosquitoes combine to vector diseases such as West Nile virus? Well, I'll have you know, it is a very serious issue. The dead birds which spread the West Nile virus and the mosquitoes which have the West Nile virus in their saliva can transfer it to humans. Now, in the human's blood system is where the mosquito takes its nutrients. The mosquito will come in just like it did on those birds, and it will suck the blood from a human and transfer saliva into his body. Now, this saliva will have diseases such as malaria, or more specifically what we're interested in, West Nile virus. This West Nile virus will affect the human's body in their blood. The virus will move into the red blood cells and infect the entire blood system, then move into the respiratory system, which has close contact with blood. Now, if you are careful, you'll stay away from mosquitoes by using things such as mosquito repellent, which is very useful if you're in a wet, swampy environment in the summertime. But even in the wintertime, there will be mosquitoes everywhere. So, be careful when you're out there faced with mosquitoes or dead birds, because because you can get the disease too, which infects your blood in very serious ways and can lead to death.
But how does this affect us?
As you can see behind me, the view of all of the vastness of Orange County, you, students of Lutheran High 5th period anatomy class, must know that out there are millions of gallons of stagnant, unchecked water, and that water is ripe territory for a nursery for disease-ridden, dirty mosquitoes to breed. Not only is there tons of stagnant water out there, there are many birds flying around. As we cannot see them though, they're very small to our eyes. But if we look closely, we can see birds flying, and there might be dying ones out there, and there might even be dead ones. And there's an even smaller percentage of those birds that just might have the West Nile virus. But you might say, that's only a few birds. Well, I'm here to tell you that those birds could spread the disease faster than even wildfire in this season. It is a very dangerous issue, and you must know that you can stop it. How, you may ask? Well, look at all your stagnant bodies of water around your house. Your dog bowl, your old Christmas tree stand holder that held the water from last season, a puddle in your bird bath, anything. Clear it out of all that nasty stagnant water and get rid of it, because that's mosquito territory, and you don't like that, and I know you don't. Now, you also must be wary of dead birds. Do not touch them, as they have the disease of West Nile virus, possibly. Not entirely, but possibly. The best thing to do would be to call animal control, and animal control will send an officer over to clean up the bird in a safe manner that you do not know how to do, but he does. So, if you clean up your bodies of water that are stagnant in your house and get rid of all dead birds in a safe and sane and proper manner, you will be disease-free, and your house will be a clean and safe place for you to prosper without the threat of West Nile virus. Good afternoon. I am here with Tim Dixon, one of our many crew members on this film that we have just made. I would like to ask Tim a few questions. Now, Tim, if you could tell our audience one thing, by I mean one thing, what is your opinion on how we can stop this West Nile virus?
I would say to stay smart and to stay away from stagnant bodies of water and dead birds, and check your local animal control office for updates on West Nile virus.
I'd say that's a good idea, Tim. Thank you for your appreciation of our cause to stop this horrible disease that affects blood of people and the blood of animals through the dirty mosquitoes of the world. Thank you.